Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford's EDC, and today I'm just taking a quick look and giving you some first impressions on these two knives here that came in for sharpened blade. So we're going to start here on the cheaper side with the Kuby, and this here is the Tao, Kunwu Tao? Yes, Kunwu Tao, and we're just going to set that aside for the moment. Now this here is the Kuby. There's the number not stamped somewhere. It is not. Give me 1 second to grab the box. I thought the number was on there, but here you can see the box. This is the Kuby Ku322A. So this is D2 G10, black G10 as you can see. So first impressions on this are really positive. I haven't cut anything with either one of these knives yet, but just flipping them around last night into today, I'm really getting to appreciate these knives. This Kuby has a really good detent. So if I just pull until that detent breaks, you can see it's a little bit light. It deploys most of the way. I haven't cleaned this up or anything, but if you give it just a little bit of effort, it comes flying right out, and it drops shut so nicely. Middle finger flicks beautifully. Just enough of a choil here to choke up and get to work like that if you want. Overall, really nice and impressive so far from Kuby. This is the first Kuby I think I've ever handled. I might have handled a few at the meetup that we did, but the first one I've ever had time to sit down with and flip around and open and close a bunch of times, and it is really impressive. Now, something that I'm going to make a comparison to, which is a little bit on the crazy side, but I think needs to be done design-wise, is to this guy, the Koenig Arius. So you can see it's not the same knife whatsoever, but I think that Kuby got some inspiration from the Arius with a very similar overall shape. You can kind of see where this might have been coming from here. Flipper tab, hole. This in case the frame lock made in the USA M390, but you know, Chinese made with D2 G10 opposed to titanium. But you can see that design language is quite similar. Certainly some inspiration, but not remotely a knockoff in any kind of a way. But really nice grind on this. Comes to a very thin edge. And I'm really looking forward to giving this a little bit of use before sending it up to Michael. So yeah, really exciting to check the Kuby out. The Kuby-Ku322A here from Kuby. The budget Arius, we shall see. Putting that aside, this is the Kunwu Knives Tao. Something I want to bring the attention to here is the texturing, which is an orange peel texture on the titanium here. It's the first time I've handled a knife with this, and it is really nice. I really enjoy let's see if I can zoom to give you some better, yeah, that's a better look at that. You can see it's got the texture, of an orange peel. And it's really nice. You can feel it, but it's smooth at the same time. It just provides a little bit of grip, almost in the same way that something like bring another knife in here, like a sandblast or a bead blast might. This has some milling in it as well. But the way that gives the knife some micro texturing and some traction, this also gives you some nice traction as well. And you have these really nicely milled out areas, especially up here, near where there's the lock bar access when it's open, and right here in front of my thumb is the perfect spot to put a thumb stud if you wanted to do that. That has full clearance in the opening. That is something that if I ever own one of these, I might do. So that's something worth keeping in mind. And now we're zoom back out. Yeah, really nice blue pivot collar. Gives it a nice pop of color. You can see the Kunwu logo down here, where like a lanyard hole would be, but they don't do a lanyard hole. They put it in the back spacer, which I really appreciate. This clip is more than deep carry. This entire knife will be in the pocket. As you can see, it overhangs, which is pretty cool. Nice to see, deep carry clips integrated like that. And it's a really well done and nicely finished clip. It doesn't have that same texturing on it, but it has like a blasted finish, which gives it a little bit of texture. Really nice to really nice feeling, and just a nice clip in general. Good amount of ramp, good amount of spring, goes in and out of the pocket pretty well. Centering is dead on, which I didn't show you with the Kuby, but the centering is nice and centered for that, with a deep carry clip as well here. The flipper tab on the back works really, really well. It flips right out and then it drops shut to the thumb. A little shake shut. The detent is solid. Trying to fail it here. Let's see if I can. I can, but it's just because this hit my finger. If I clear this area, I don't think it'll fail. And I'm pulling. It just barely, and I'm trying to fail here. You're really not gonna miss this flip at all. Flips out nice and easy, and man, the ergos are nice. Large size glove, that is the size I wear, and this is fantastic. You also have this room up here where this flat area is if you really wanted to choke up, which is comfortable in this kind of a grip as well. This is a flat grind, I do believe. I don't have anything too handy. Yeah, it's looking like a flat grind. Comes to a pretty thin edge, not absurdly thin, but a nice and thin edge. Nice and tall grind, so I know it's going to cut nicely. Just really good action. The front flipper is something that is a little bit of a miss for me right away, at least for doing this right-handed. You have to really pinch this whole area because the clip's in an awkward spot. It doesn't really make it easy to front flip. There's not enough clip to like pull onto to comfortably do it. I want to be higher up on this. So to get a good grip, kind of have to pinch like this to use that front flipper with my right hand. Now with my left hand, I have no problem just kind of grabbing it and going. There's no clip to worry about. So with that being said, you can kind of just grab it and go. The clip and the lock bar are the two big things that make it a little bit more difficult to do it right-handed, but is certainly possible still with no issues, as you can see. I'm trying to think. I was like, can I do it this way? This is not an easy way to see. So ignore me, just talking to myself here. But yeah, it certainly works. It just is not the easiest right-handed, which luckily for Michael, he fidgets right-handed, but he cuts left-handed, which I just found out recently in one of his videos I saw. Jimping's in a good spot. This is M390 as well. Not sure if I mentioned that. But yeah, titanium, M390. Just a really, really cool design. They do make a smaller one of these. This is a pretty big knife. It's not gigantic or anything, but I will bring in just my TRM Neutron sitting here so you can see it. Neutron has a 3-inch blade. So you can see 3.5-inch blade. Not absurdly large by any means, but a full-size knife nevertheless. So they do make a smaller one, but I believe it is much smaller than this. Even smaller than the Neutron, like a 2.75-inch blade maybe, instead of like a 3-inch blade. So that is something to keep in mind, and if I'm completely wrong about that, feel free to let me know. But yeah, these are some really interesting knives that I'm looking forward to giving some pocket time and seeing how they do. Big thanks as always to Michael for letting me check these out and letting me be his proxy. You know, I'm happy to get stuff up to him, and I'm happy that I get to look at these knives too. So it's a win-win for everybody. And yeah, I'm excited to carry these and give you guys some more content on them shortly. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.